Hello, hello, hello. As we prepare to go into 2022, I'm going to come available more often, dropping a few tips to help make your year successful. Business owners, let's start with building up our enthusiasm and our pride in being business owners. A lot of times we have sole proprietors, side hustlers, LLC owners that have seen it on social media, seen it on TV, and all what you really see a lot on the news is about the CEO of Apple, the CEO of Google, the CEO of Amazon. And that is amazing. It's an amazing position to have. But guess what? Being a business owner is phenomenal. Being a business owner is actually a higher position because you do all that they do and more on a daily basis. So, today, what I'm going to cover very quickly is the actual appropriate roles and titles in business. And the reason that I'm going to do this is for one, because when we post, people see our post. Some people will back up away from your business based on what you've said in your post. Does your post show that you know your business? See, some of us know the portion that we do, but we may not have gone to school for the underlay, the behind the scenes of the business portion, the structure, the accounting, the things like that. And that's okay because most businesses hire out for that anyway. But people are leery if you're saying you're a business consultant. They're looking in the register for you and they can't find you because you're a sole proprietor, or maybe you have a fictitious business name, but you're saying you're a CEO. They know you're not a CEO, but they feel like now maybe you are not really a business consultant because if you can't correctly describe your business, how will you structure theirs? Now, you probably really know how to structure their business. And you stuck CEO up there because that's what you hear on the news and on social media seems to be the hot thing to be. But please believe me, it is 100% okay to be a business owner, an entrepreneur. It is okay to be a sole proprietor. You don't have to have a partner or anything else. The world, America was built on sole proprietors. Yes, the country was built on it. So let's take a quick look at the proper titles for those in business. And I've done this, had this as a live and put this up in post before, but this time I'm going to actually put some meat with the potatoes. So you can see I'm not randomly just pulling this from the sky. Here's some quick business tips. Okay. hmm What is a sole proprietor? A sole proprietor is a business owner, an entrepreneur. A sole proprietor is a hard-working go-getter. Because if you are the only one in your business, anything you don't hire somebody to do falls on you. So you carry the weight. You are actually someone that deserves the pom poms and the cheer. So don't be afraid to say, you're a sole proprietor. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I am the one. What is a CEO? A CEO is short for Chief Executive Officer. It's the highest ranking executive in a company. Their responsibilities are making major decisions. They are the main point of communication between the board of directors and corporate operations. They're normally the public face of the company, but how do they get that position? They are elected by the board and its shareholders. So let's stop for a second. What type of business structure has shareholders, a board, and corporate operations? An incorporation, whether it's a nonprofit or a profit, whether it is a C Corp or an S Corp, an incorporation has these things. So, guess what structure has a CEO? An incorporation has a CEO. Hold on a second. The CEO is not the owner. As we already know, in a corporation, there is no owner. The shareholders all hold a little part of this company, depending on how many shares of stock they have purchased. But it is not an LLC or sole proprietor position. So be proud of being a business owner. If you are a sole proprietor or a sole LLC, be proud of it. Stand on it. It's nothing wrong with being a CEO. As you see, it's the highest ranking in the company, but it's placed by a vote. They're put there by a vote. Their responsibilities are large, their salary is even larger, and they are the public face, but they're not the owner. So if there's nobody in the company but you didn't need anybody to vote you anyway into anything. You're already the owner. You are the top of the food chain. What are members of an LLC called? If you are in an LLC where it is only you are the sole proprietor of this LLC, and you got the LLC because maybe you're in a situation where you need limited liability, which should be the only reason why you got it. Or you got it because you saw on Facebook that that was the thing to have, whichever is the case. If you're in a sole LLC, in real life, you're still a sole proprietor. You're going to still put that sole LLC on a Schedule C on your taxes. If you turn it into an S corp, which I highly recommend you don't, you're going to put yourself in a situation for double taxation. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But if you are an LLC with multiple members, which is pretty much for the most part a partnership that has limited liability, the members are called just that. You own a part of an LLC, you are known as a member. Even if you're the owner of all of it, you're still considered a member. LLCs can have one member or many members. It's all up to you. Now you can have managing members or you can have just regular members. When you're sitting down putting your company together, you're going to decide how you want to break it down. Is everybody going to be a managing member? Are there some members that have more buy-in than others? So they're managing and the ones with the lesser buy-in are just members and vote when it comes down to the come down. You're going to decide all of this. And maybe to the public, saying member doesn't sound all that hot. That's my partner. That's what it is. It's a partnership. That's my partner. We're I'm a general partner. I'm a managing partner. However you want to put it. But there's no board of directors, there's no corporate oper- um, operation staff, and there's no one to vote to make a CEO or a CFO or a treasurer. In an LLC, everybody is in based on what they have brought to the table. Now, while I'm here, let me add something really quickly because this is something I see commonly happening. I see a lot of times people set up an LLC and they put their children on it. They put their small children on it. Why are you putting your child on it? Because I just want to have somebody on the business. That's fine. But the moment you put more than one person on this LLC, you have moved yourself into a different taxing structure. You now have to do a 1065, and everybody listed on this LLC has to get a Schedule K for their personal taxes. but they're only kids. They don't file taxes. Well, hopefully you didn't bring in so much based on their percentage that their Schedule K puts them over a certain amount, which we'll discuss on at a later time, to make them have to file. So be careful when you're making these decisions. Either do the research or get a consultation with someone who does this. It's okay not to know everything. My lane is business. I'm a business consultant. I've been a business consultant for over 20 years. I've been an accountant for over 30 years. I've been a tax professional for over 30 years. Notice these all kind of link in together. They all stem from my degree in accounting. I went to school for accounting. I went to school for paralegal studies. The two come together to make a nice circle for business. This is what I bring to the table to offer to my clients. Every year, I spend a lot of hours taking my continuing education. I am currently not only a certified life coach, which gives me the ability to talk to different people on different angles, not just on business, but in life. But I utilize that in business to help to understand people and where they are in life to show them how to maneuver their business. Because believe it or not, our life impacts our business. Whole different talk for a whole nother time as well. But take time before the new year starts. Sit down, look at what you have, look at what areas you won in, look at what areas you lost in, and format it in a way that you shift some things. If you see something continuously does not work, it does not bring in money, don't do it. Just make a shift to it. If you have a product that just continuously does not sell, figure out why. Maybe you need to change it. If your way of taking payments ends up in a lot of bounces or returns or whatever, change it up a little. If your advertising in one area brings nothing, but your advertising over here brings a lot, move that funding from the place that doesn't draw any leads over to the place that brings the leads to increase the people that's reached there. Make a plan. Don't wait till the last minute. Make a plan. If you have 100 LLCs, maybe you need to sit down and see what's the difference in these different businesses you have. Maybe they're not so different. If they're not so different, cut down some of your costs by pooling your businesses together. Maybe it's time for you to start an incorporation and add some subsidiaries under it. If you have different partnerships, meet with the partners, talk to the partners, see if it's time to make that change. Whatever you do it wisely and make your business better. I am Precious Wayne Peaks. I'm the owner of Anointed for Prosperity, Bookkeeping, and more. We do offer free consultations. Simply go to www.anointedforprosperity.com and schedule your free consultation. And we will look at what you have going on and give you tips on how to make it better. Until the 1st of January, we are offering introductory specials for those businesses that are ready to move from their shoebox or their notebook or their Excel sheet into having a real bookkeeping service. We're here to help. So definitely check out www.anointedforprosperity.com. If you message me on Messenger, I will always answer. It will not be immediate. Let me not lie. It won't be immediate, but as I have time, I will always answer. If you drop any comments, I'll make sure to follow up and answer. And let's make the next year a productive year for you and your business. Be blessed.